This is Bob, the old ham. Been having a lot of fun here fixing old equipment and things with the snow outside and the wind is blowing. We had over 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts yesterday, and I'll tell you, my ham radio tower was a creaking and a groaning, and it did that all night long. It was kind of distracting when I was trying to sleep. This is a follow-up video on the VL1180 Heathkit 2-meter amplifier. I've got it all back together now and been doing final testing of it. So this is a real nice amplifier, and notice the great big heat sink it's got, and it's also in very good physical condition. So the previous video shows all the things I had to do to get it working. I've been connecting it here to the HW2036A, which I did in a previous video. That's another one that I rebuilt. And this 2036A puts out 10 watts, and the Heathkit company built this, or designed this VL1180 to use with rigs that put out about 10 watts. And it'll boost your 10 watts, supposedly, if you look at the model number 1180, it's supposed to boost 11 watts to 80 watts. So we got it hooked up here to test it out. I got it connected to power supply, which supplies 13.8 volts. I use number 10 wires, and those wires are 5 feet long. I do have to have wires that long to connect it to the 12-volt supply on the operating bench. But you want to keep the wires as short as possible to these, because a slight voltage drop will reduce your power by quite a bit on the output. So I'm using number 10 wire here, and 5 feet long to the power supply that I'm running here on the bench. Now the watt meter I got here is the Bird watt meter. I don't have a 2-meter slug for 100 watts. I've got a slug here that says on it 200 to 400 megahertz. So it's not exactly the right slug for 2 meters, but it seems to work pretty good. I think if I had a regular 2-meter slug, that it would indicate a little higher on the output. But here she goes. It's showing almost, what is it? Showing 80 watts. Almost 80 watts there, which is real good. Anywhere from 75 to 100 is specs on these. I have seen a few of them put out 100 watts when I worked at Heath Company years ago, but that is most unusual. If somebody happened to get a transistor, the MRF 247, that had a little more gain, then they would get the 100 watts, but not many did. And there's that 75 watts is very respectable. I do believe if I had the proper slug, it would be showing at least 80 watts. So anyway, it's a real nice amplifier, doing a great job. And I just wanted to do a follow-up video here and show you guys how well it worked. So that's it. 73, and Heathkits forever.